Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Better Call Saul Season 2, Episode 6. So, last time we had Rebecca. We met her. It seems to be Chuck's wife, who I would imagine passed, or maybe they divorced. I don't know. She doesn't seem to be around in the present, but we don't know what happened to her. But yeah, she was laughing at Jimmy's jokes and maybe a little bit of jealousy we saw within Chuck. But I talked at length in the last episode's discussion about Chuck and my feelings on him and how they're so mixed. And props to the show for handling it so well. Where like sometimes I really like him and I definitely understand him, and I think he's the more reasonable one. I compared him to Skylar or Sky, whatever her name was in Breaking Bad, because she was reasonable, she made sense, but because she was against our main character a lot, she was hated by a lot of the fan base and everything. So I feel like he's kind of fitting that role a little bit. But I talked more in depth about that last episode, so check that out if you want. But um, Jimmy ended up having a babysitter. Aaron has to follow him around and make sure he doesn't do anything wrong, which is a bummer. And Kim, despite her efforts in bringing in a big bank, which was a huge win for HHM, she is still in Dockerview. Although by the end of the episode, Chuck said he'd try to do something about it. So we'll see. But it made Chuck have a chance to talk to her about Jimmy and the things Jimmy's done in his past with their father and everything, and probably trying to get her to second guess her friendship to Jimmy, which it sucks that Chuck is now targeting the friends that Jimmy has left, and this might be what pushes Jimmy to Saul, if he loses all of his friends and everything because of Chuck. But yeah, anyway, sorry for the ramble. Let's start the episode, shall we? Alrighty, guys, we're going to start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, very quiet start. I almost thought it didn't start. Who we got here? Is that Jimmy? Jimmy. I am going to clean my glasses. I could have done it before, but I didn't because I wanted to get the video started. Trying to clean my cloth right now. Sometimes I feel like if I don't like wipe it down, it like still has some of like the little bit of grease or whatever you wipe off your glasses the previous time. I really need to throw mine in the wash though. It is due. Chia Pet! Oh my god. The nostalgia. Holy shit. Oh my god, that's kind of how his Saul Goodman commercial starts, right? Isn't it? With like an American flag? Oh. Oh. They played their own. So they played a very boring commercial, but they used his commercial idea. Oh, Jimmy. Very quiet start. You're looking tired there, buddy. Was it not good and you just put it back? Or did you just decide against it? Is this just spare time? You need to get a I don't know. I still don't know what year this is. Need to get like a PlayStation 1, my guy. Kill some time. Gaming. Don't step on those later, dude. I hate things on the stairs. The light in our hallway, like, we have like two stairs where like we go up and then you go up again the other way. And the light that's way above all that is out. So I always stay up late at night and it's always dark and I'm always going up the stairs late at night. So I always try to keep this all day. I try to keep the stairs completely clear because I'll friggin' kill myself going up at night. He's... Is this before, or is he back here? Sleep on his bed that he's used to get some rest? Alright. I get it. I thought he left this place, though. But maybe they never took the key, or maybe he didn't actually leave it. But I thought that was him when he, like, drank out of the thing, was like, fuck you, and then grabbed his shit and left in his fancy car. I guess, that wasn't just him killing time, that was him trying to make himself fall asleep, is what was going on there. Because I could tell that he wasn't sleeping well, but I didn't realize that all that took place in, like, one night, I guess, of him just trying to sleep. I guess he wasn't in the same clothes. Ugh. Whenever I watch women wear heels, I always think, like, because I know it's hard to walk in them, I always think how much that sucks. And then I saw her walking on the carpet with heels, and, like, I saw them, like, sink in and tilt a little bit, and I'm like, oh shit! And I'm just, like, scared of her ankle snapping. I know it's a show and it's not gonna happen, but... Was she expecting that call? Oh, Jimmy. She's just sitting there listening to that. Well, that's the name of the episode. Bali High. Interesting. Does he do that every morning? Okay. It sounds like he's been doing this. Uh-oh. Well, hey, doesn't that look like his logo too? Are they dropping hints to Saul happening soon? Or is that just like little hints? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm crazy. I kind of want to go back, obviously not right now, but after the episode, and look at that cup. Because it looks like it has the same color scheme of the Better Call Saul logo. And then we had him watching TV, having like the American flag showing, which I think that's how his commercials start. Alright, so she's out of dock review. Seemingly. Awkward, quiet walk. Kim's got a question. Well, silent treatment. Well, shit. And putting on the face for the room. Well, alright, well. Mike? Mikey Mike. Oh, is this the... Oh. Does he have a goon waiting for him? Is this his home? We know where you live, I say. That's how gangs talk, right? Hmm. Pissed off the wrong people there, Mike. Oh, that's the line of work he's getting into, though. Probably should not bring your stepdaughter. And no. Yeah. And step granddaughter. No, actual granddaughter. I apologize. A welcome mat. Carbon paper. And printer paper. What is he up to there? Huh. Did he put the paper under the welcome mat to get foot, maybe not footprints, but to know if someone stepped on his front steps? It'd be like crinkled or whatever, right? He'd lift up the mat, it'd be crinkled paper underneath if someone stepped on it. And then he'd know someone might have broken in or is inside waiting, maybe. I don't know. That's my theory. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. That's not great, but she tried. Uh. Gonna go talk to Kim. Is he gonna try to recruit her? Ooh, he kind of seemed impressed by her. Yep. This guy. Yep. This is definitely a recruitment offer. She's gonna be in trouble if Hamlin finds out. I wonder how much he knows. What law firm was this? I don't remember. Oh, he didn't show up or something? Oh. Makes sense. Of course. If this was an anime, he would have won. Ah, never intended. Hmm. He knows. Hmm. Yep, and there it is. Schweiker and Coakley. Probably spelled that wrong, but close enough. I saw how they spelt it, but promptly forgot. I mean, she's dedicated to HHM, but they're not treating her well. They're gonna get their drinks and she's gonna leave. Are they gonna eat? Did she stay to eat? I must know. I guess she probably did. It'd be, I mean, the respectful thing to do. It's just weird that he is like a little bit awkward after that, right? When you gotta sit there. I got a story for you guys that is kind of similar to his story, but a little bit less like serious, I guess. Didn't have real world stakes. It was in a video game, but it was similar to his story. So I wrote down. I'll tell it after. Yep, there it is. All kinds of people walking and a going. Hmm. Checking for lock picking. Oh, Mike. Do the lights stay off or do they go on? What's his confidence level? Please, please don't be his family. Don't be family, don't be family. That would suck. Pointing a gun at them. I mean, I know he wouldn't shoot. He's trained. Those were boots, though, right? And none of them were small like a kid's. I also don't know that she has a key to his place, so. I saw little subtitle music signs pop up, and I'm not sure why. But I don't hear any music. I'm trying to listen. Hmm. I'm so worried it's gonna be his daughter-in-law. That's probably the actual word, not stepdaughter, right? Stepdaughter would be if he married. Oh shit, there's two. Damn. And he didn't shoot. Well, he has two new guns. Oh, Mike, you're so good. Field strip it. Clean it up. I don't know if that's the right word. Maybe not. Can guns rust? I imagine they can over time, but like, is it bad to get them wet? But I guess if you dry them, you don't leave them wet. Hmm. The shaking seems like. I mean, that's a tense situation. I'd be shaking too. But he's also trained, so what does that mean, I wonder? She's getting punished now, too. She just going to lunch anyway. She loves the pool. Well, that's how you mitigate that with kids. Uh, oh, fuck me. It's these guys, isn't it? Yep, I remember them. Threatening his granddaughter. They were in Breaking Bad. Well, if they weren't in a dangerous situation before, now they are. Oh, Mike. Ooh, she went and got that drink. Interesting. Hmm. Well, damn, I wonder what Mike does now. Shit. She was thinking about calling. It's a hard decision. Jimmy? Oh. Who are you, dude? Putting on the moves? What is this about? That was funny. Who are you, Dale? Did she just give the fake name she used before? Shit, I think I missed that. Did she just say did she just say Giselle? She has to check everything he says. Let me see it. That would be obnoxious. Oh, she needs a distraction. He just leaves. Victor. So did she just leave for? Is this after? This isn't after work, is it? Did she just leave for lunch and is just? Hmm. Oh, what are they doing? What are they gonna say? All right, what's the angle? This guy doesn't seem as much of an asshole. I kind of feel bad for him. Hmm. Is he gonna go? Is this one of their company fronts kind of thing? He's. Oh, 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 Nacho? I guess he has to have a conversation about might have to what he might have to do. Of course, he brings a weapon. Oh, never mind. He is meeting them here. That's a power move right there, saying you don't care about the gun. Look at the boots on these guys. We still don't know how he ends up in the way he is in the future. It could just be a stroke. It could be something Mike does. Beats him into that wheelchair. Hmm. $50,000 is what he should have got for killing Tuco, right? But he only got 25 for sending him to jail. He's probably going to give the 25 back to Nacho, I imagine, because he has to do this, and Tuco's going to get out earlier. Yeah, no matter how skilled Mike is, that's what happens when you have family. Is this Nacho after the fact? Yep. I mean, Nacho's gotta understand, right? Maybe? Yeah. Nacho is obviously not a great guy, but at least he doesn't seem as crazy as the rest, right? Although Tuco's really the only crazy one, right? I don't even know the name of the guy. They got 10,000 from that guy. She doesn't know she's doing it yet. Hmm. So what is the problem? I mean, 10 years is a long time. All one color. They did say her name after she did use the name Giselle. I thought that was just the name she came up with as she didn't want to use her real name, but didn't know she was amping up a scam. They scammed that poor dude. I mean, they're not going to cash the check, she said. But for the story, I don't know if Kim's going to take it, but I wish she would. You need to get a new damn mug. What is it? Oh god. Huh. Oh god. Well, is that covered by insurance? That's a company car, my guy. But fuck it, right? Alright. That is it, guys. Nice. That was a good episode for episode 6. Yeah, that was great. The doopy doopy doo. I talked about Kim needing to like blow off steam and distract herself and stuff like that and everything, like calling Jimmy in. But it was honestly the perfect time for Jimmy too, you know? He's being hounded by Aaron every minute of the day that he's at work, seemingly. Like, he found his chance to go blow off some steam, and he took it, right? So, but yeah, we had that beginning bit where Jimmy was having a hard time sleeping. I wonder what it was. Like, was it just the having the different bed? Was it just everything that's on his mind in regards to Kim and the position he's in at work and all that? And also that commercial being played, it probably like left a lot of things on his mind and everything, I imagine, as well. So maybe it was just a combination of a lot of things going on in his life right now that he wasn't able to sleep. But it was interesting. I like that. So he's still either it just hasn't the least little cost hasn't expired yet, or he's still paying on it because he, you know, some people want a backup, you know, and he can probably afford it now. I'm sure he's making decent money where he is, so. But he seemingly sings a different song to Kim every morning. It seemed like Kim like was looking at her phone, which makes sense now. When I saw her looking at the phone, I was like, is she expecting a call? And then Jimmy called, and I was like, oh, how'd she know he was gonna call? But it makes sense that he's doing this every morning as kind of an apology, I imagine, and trying to get back on her good side and all that. And sings her a different song, which she sat down and smiled like she enjoyed it, and then she called him in later. So, you know, like despite what Chuck had said last episode, she still called him in, and they seem to be on slightly better terms again. So that's good. But uh, Kim has her own struggles as well. She was taken out of doc review, but it seems to be because Chuck wanted it and not Howard wanting it, because now that, obviously she said it here, I had no part in what Chuck had to say and everything, but Howard is still just not talking to her, giving these shitty tasks to her, even though he knows it's her lunchtime and stuff like that. And it's like, honestly, it's kind of immature the way that he's handling the situation, and I'm a little bit disappointed in that it's gone this way, right? But because, like, I went from not liking Howard because we thought all the things Chuck was doing was actually Howard doing it, but it was really Chuck pushing Howard to do it. And then I was like, okay, like, and then Howard recommends the Davison Maine job, and obviously Kim pushed for that and everything, but Howard was there to support that, and spoke the truth, didn't spout any lies, and really slander his name to get back at him or anything. Like, so I was really warming up to Howard and the way he was handling everything, but the way he's handling Kim now, it feels immature. Like, I understand having consequences for your actions. Kim made a mistake, even though she didn't know she was making a mistake. The thing is Kim's mistake seems so minor, but maybe it's just because I don't know the business side of what they do. Like, the fact that Kim recommended Jimmy and Jimmy made this mistake kind of thing. And Kim knew about the commercial, but she didn't know that they didn't know about it, right? But, they still take it out on her for that. And, I don't know. It's just the discretion there, like, it doesn't feel like what she did made Hamlin McGill look that bad in my eyes. But like I said, maybe I just don't know the business side of it. So it's like, thinking of it that way, like, that's just how it feels in my own head. I'm like, it's like a kid spills some juice on the floor by accident or something. It's probably a bad example, and you put him in timeout for 4 hours or something. It's like, I feel like the punishment doesn't fit the crime, essentially. Obviously, I know it's not a crime, but it's just a saying. But yeah, I don't know. So it just makes it, and then seeing Howard, like, not talking to her and giving her these shitty tasks, it just feels immature at this point. Like, it feels like she's paid her dues. You had her in doc review for a while. She brought you in a good client. Like, what more do you want her to do, right? So at this point, for Kim's sake, I want her to change, right? And that brings me to the boss not showing up story that, man, I don't even know what that guy's name is. I apologize, but he was telling that story about how when, he was new, he was second to his boss in a case, and the boss purposely didn't show up. Now, I don't think the guy that did it to me didn't purposely show up, but I was playing my little story I wanted to tell. I'll keep it relatively quick, because it's really not that big of a deal in hindsight, but I have a lot of anxiety, and it made me really nervous. So basically, I was one of the last few people last handful of people of our company on New World. It's a video game that released. It's like a MMORPG kind of game, where you're playing online with a bunch of other people, and there's wars that happen. They're like 50v50 at the time. That's what they were, because I played at release. I think they're slightly changed now, but anyway, despite that, and I did a lot of the organizing to help the company leader and everything on the side, just kind of putting things together and getting ready for an upcoming war that we had. We had to defend our town from these guys trying to take it. And I'm not much of a leader. I told the guy I didn't want a leadership role straight up, but I ended up doing some leadership duties, but I mainly like maintained the town and the boards and everything. I didn't really manage the people because I'm not really good at that kind of thing. So, but he wasn't around very much towards the end because he was kind of done. He had a new girlfriend and everything, and he was getting close to being done with the game, it felt like. So he didn't ask me to do it, but I kind of took the initiative and started organizing as many people as I could because so many people had quit at the time and our server was mostly dead. We could only muster like 15 people from our company to get on and fight in the war. And then we managed to get random people from outside the company to fill the rest of the 50 slots and everything. And I came up with the plan, came up with the strat that we were going to use to defend and everything, and I wanted to talk to him a few hours before the war, but he didn't get on until the war was already, I think it was like 5 minutes before the war happened, he got on. And then he's like, well, you know the plan, you could do it. And I was stuck being the one that had to do all the callouts during the war. I had to, because you have like, the way it works is you have like a fortress, and then you have 3 points outside of the fortress. They have to kind of like Dominion a little bit, except you can't take them back after from Call of Duty, if you guys have ever done that. But once they capture, they basically have to stand on the point for a while and keep the other team off the point, and they will slowly capture it. Once they capture it, they have it for the rest of the war kind of thing. You have to defend the 3 points, and then if they take down the 3 points, then they have to get to the 1 point that's inside the fortress and everything. So basically, I was the one that had to command the people of being like, groups 1 and 2 go A, groups 2 and 3, or 3 and 4 go B kind of thing. And obviously, no matter how much you plan before a fight, you have to adjust in the moment and everything. And I was super nervous. I was like, I was shaking so bad and everything because I was just kind of like he said, trial by fire. I was just kind of thrown into the deep end kind of thing, and didn't expect it, right? So, but yeah, that was. We ended up winning. If you guys want to know the final conclusion, we actually didn't lose a single point, but the other side, because our server was so dead, the other side wasn't all one company either. It was like a hodgepodge group of them. They weren't super organized, and I don't even think they had a full battle. I don't think we did either. I think we were like down 5. I think we managed to get like 45, but I don't think they had as many either. So really, like, it felt like a victory just because of how well we defended. They barely, I don't even think they really touched a point for the most part. So it was pretty much a slaughter, but there was still all that anxiety there, even though it was a relatively easy win. But yeah. Anyway, that just, when he talked about like his boss not showing up, I just PTSD flashed back to that moment, and like I just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown of my little story. But obviously it's video game related. In reality, it's not that serious. Like, it would be far worse to be in his situation because that's real stakes, right? That's like, obviously they went in knowing he'd lose. That was kind of a chance for, they basically threw him into the fire and see how he handles it, which is a shitty way to initiate someone kind of thing, and it makes sense why he wasn't there very long. But yeah, I'd be far more nervous in that situation than in this video game, because in the end, this was just a video game, but we took it pretty seriously, so, but yeah, so Kim has this offer from Schweiker and Coakley now. They're offering to pay off all of her debts, which is crazy. I don't know if they'd like set up some kind of plan where she pays them back, but it seemed like they'd just pay it off completely. She'd get this job where she'd probably be treated better than she's being treated now, and really, it's like all upsides. The only downside is she loses the 10 years she's invested into HHM, but at this point, like she said, she might be at a dead end at HHM, so I don't know. I'm worried because they established HHM, like Howard and Chuck, and I mean, Chuck can stay in the story because of Jimmy, but I feel like if Kim leaves HHM, that is gonna like kind of push Howard out of the story, and I feel like he's also like decently big character in the show. So, like, if I'm looking at a meta perspective, I kind of feel like they might not go that route, and Kim might end up staying. But there's a side of me that's like, man, I really hope that my meta perspective is wrong, um, and Kim does get out of there, because it definitely does seem kind of like a toxic work environment. And I don't know if this guy is Schweiker or Coakley. He might be one of them, one of like the partners, or one of like the senior partners, or what are they called? Like, is it senior partner? I think it's senior partner is when you get the name on like Schweiker and Coakley, you know, and whoever or whatever is like when you're a senior partner, you get your name on the door. Maybe not. Maybe that's like another level up, or maybe it's just like a chance for a senior partner to get their name on the door. I don't know. Either way, I don't know if he's Schweiker or Coakley. I don't know how much swing he has in here, but if he understands the trial by fire and everything and how he didn't like it, that means he might treat his employees in a way that, you know, won't let them feel that way, because he knows that feeling, and sometimes that's a good boss to work for. So I hope she does, but yeah. Basically that leaves just all the Mike stuff, which Mike got pressured. I love seeing him defend his home and everything, but as soon as they threatened his family, I knew it was over. I knew he was going to have to take the deal. I'm glad that Nacho didn't make a big deal out of it. I felt like that was a really good interaction and really good way for that situation to be handled, because he was in that room too. Like, that's the thing, is Nacho full well understands, you know, they just threatened his, you know, granddaughter and his daughter, and his daughter-in-law, right? Like, no matter how self-indulgent someone, I mean, I don't know, I actually think there's plenty of people in this world that would worry more about themselves, where they'd be like, well, what am I supposed to do when Nacho gets out in 6 months or whatever? Or, I'm sorry, Tuco gets out in 6 months, and, you know, and they make it all about themselves. But props to Nacho, like, for not doing that and realizing the situation and realizing that this is the way it's got to be. And props to Mike for giving him his 25K back, and Nacho, like, didn't expect it at all, right? And so that probably helped ease things a little bit too. So Nacho definitely seems like a pretty honorable guy. Honestly, like, there's moments like the way he looks, like the facial expressions he has, they definitely feel understanding and sympathetic for Mike's situation. And it honestly makes it hard for me to look at Nacho as like this bad guy drug lord kind of thing, because he's working on the side to be his own kind of drug lord, but he seems so much more reasonable and everything. It's really interesting. His character is definitely one that I'm growing on big time and everything. So I can't remember. I definitely think Nacho was in Breaking Bad, right? But I can't remember what happens to him in Breaking Bad. Like, he's not. I hope he's not one of the ones, like, I remember early on in Breaking Bad when they start working with Tuco like beat the shit out of a guy to the point of death. And then they just, like, put the body under a stack of cars, and the big guy went back to try to, like, get the body out, and the cars fell on him, or something like that. That wasn't, like, the initial guy that got beat up. That wasn't Nacho, was it? I kind of want to go back in Breaking Bad and see, like, where Nacho is, because I can't remember. I feel, maybe he's not in there, but I definitely feel like I recognize him. So, I don't know. But yeah, I hope that's not his death, is just being punched to death by Tuco in Breaking Bad, but then he has such a big role here, it's like crazy. But anyway, yeah, it's tough. But they also brought back the two nephews and everything, which I completely forgot about them until they showed up on that roof, and then I'm like, oh, I remember those creepy motherfuckers. So, but yeah. I think that's going to be it for me, guys. Great episode. I can't wait to watch more. Better Call Saul is just so good. Like, I enjoy every episode I watch. I can't believe we're already over halfway done season 2, I think, right? Did this get the normal 10 episode treatment for this too? It did, yep. So we're just over halfway in season 2, which is crazy how fast we're pumping through. I guess that's what happens when it's only 10 episodes and I'm used to anime being like 13 to 25 or something like that. I guess some anime go by really fast too, because they're only 13. But I'm also used to some other live actions where it's like 20 episodes a season kind of thing. But either way, yeah, thank you guys so much. Hit that subscribe button as usual if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon. You guys don't have to wait to see more because you can see all the rest of Better Call Saul right now on there through my Patreon exclusive tier. So check that out if you're interested. Also, you'll be able to see whatever has replaced this. There will be probably a season or so of that out, depending on what I watch next. But yeah, check it out. Thank you guys so much. Link in the description below should be popping up on the screen. All that good stuff. And I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.